Okay, I think we can start now. The recording is going on anyways. Okay, so welcome everyone on today's Metal3 Community meeting. My name is Adam Rosman and I will be your host. Today is 24th of September 2025. And before we would start, then this is the first meeting with the new meeting system, with the new automation. So just FYI, you probably heard when we were discussing it, but as soon as the first person joins this meeting, the recording starts, or even maybe even from the moment when the timer it's like UTC 1350. So I will play around with that when I have some time, but just know that from now on I won't start the recording. It will be already going on. Okay, then next is the introductions. I am seeing a few names that I usually don't see. So if you are new to the meeting, then feel free to introduce yourself. We have a few minutes for that, but it's not mandatory.
I can introduce myself. Hi, everyone. This is Aykut. I am a member of the Red Hat official bare metal team. So this is my first community meeting for Metal3. Nice to meet you all.
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Hello, here's André Flug. I'm not part of Red Hat. I'm with a company called Wonder. We are doing a large implementation of Metal3, 15,000 bare metal servers.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Welcome. And it's nice to see that folks are joining from other organizations, not just the usual participants.
Hello, Jeremy Christian from Red Hat IT. I work on the Beaker application, which is another open source project, very old, and we have a project looking to do some bare metal modernization. And whether or not we use Metal Cubed, it's still very interesting, and I think there's definitely some overlap that can be achieved. So I wanted to drop in and see what's going on.
That sounds awesome. I see that we have a new meeting and we have a lot of new adopters joining, so that's awesome. Welcome everyone. I think that was all of the folks who were raising hands, but I will check the chat quickly. Yep, okay, chat is clear, nice. Okay, then after the introductions, let's continue with the regular reminders. Jeremy, you have your hands up or your hand up. Would you like to say anything else? Oh, no, okay, you took it down. Okay,
yep,
nice.
I'm good.
Yep, okay. So reminders, then, yeah, the meeting is recorded. I mentioned it. It works now a bit differently than before, but we will get used to that. If anyone watching the recording or present in the meeting would like to have the project, then feel free to do that with contributions. You can check the help wanted or the fresh issues or the good first issues via the GitHub issue filter. We have a quick filter link in the document, but you can also filter by yourself and select any of these or other issues, and by contributing to those, commenting or solving the issue, you would help the project greatly. We have quite a lot of these issues hanging around. If you think that your organization would be okay disclosing the adoption of MetaCube, and you would like to help our project to gauge the level of adoption, then you can do that by pushing a pull request to the community repo and editing the adopters.md file in the root of the repo, same way as the others have done. And that would really help us see who are our adopters and what industries and organizations are using the project. Then if you have pushed the pull request, or if you've been monitoring periodic tests and you think that either the pull request or the periodic, either the tests on the pull requests or the periodic tests are failing for some unknown reason or for a reason that's not related to a pull request, then feel free to create a issue in the affected repository and link that issue to the Metal3 CI tracker project. If you feel that the issue is not persistent, it comes and goes, and it's hard to reproduce, then feel free to use the flake tag, and that signals to the CI maintainers that it's not a persistent issue. Okay, then I think, yeah, then the other links are just for checking out statistics, artifacts, and other deliverables and CI pipelines or documentation if you are interested in those things. So I think that's all the reminders, and I will check quickly if we had something last week that we have.
One thing here. The recording gonna be available on YouTube or something?
Yes. We have a YouTube channel, and the recording will be there. I will check if there is a link here for our YouTube channel. Think no. So I will put here a link in the document for the YouTube channel. But if you search on YouTube for Metal3, you will find it. I will put a link here.
The Metal3 inside Red Hat has another name, like KubeVirt is different inside Red Hat.
Maybe that has folks. If you know, you could answer this. I am only familiar with the upstream.
Well, we do not have a separate dedicated product name for Metal3 simply because it's embedded in a few other products. We usually talk about OpenShift bare metal platform or metal platform, understanding under that all OpenShift's capabilities to manage bare metal, where essentially Metal3 is inside of all this. It comes in a few product flavors, so to say. For example, as IPI installer on Metal platform uses that, and a few other features like this. But it's not really like a separate product.
Thanks, Dimitri. I will also add the link of the upstream YouTube channel here. Okay, was this answer okay for you, or? Okay, I guess so. So let's continue then. Yep, I posted the link there. Feel free to check that. And then now onto the community working groups. I was just checking if we had something last week that we have not finished discussing, but I think the things that we have not finished with are still are being discussed on the mailing list or on the issues. So we are good in that sense. So Ionic scalability from Dimitri, no updates, and I see you are interested or excited about the 15K new hosts. From Adil and me, we will soon debug the scalability test. Adil already has an idea of why the scalability tests are not working. So we will check that.
Yeah, I can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, go on.
So when this redfish SSL was added in DevM, this test started failing, and I think it's because we need to update the fake IPA to handle that. Either we do that or either we just disable this SSL redfish SSL for scalability test, only for scalability, not for other tests. But I will check Keepa code and see if I can fix this there. Yes, Kashif's hand is up.
Yeah, just wanted to mention that I have a talk coming in a couple of weeks in the Cloud Native Denmark, where I'm going to talk about this testing large number of nodes using the fake IPA and FCAS. So I'm also preparing a presentation once it is out in YouTube, or if you are joining the Cloud Native Denmark, it's in 7th and 8th of October. Feel free to also check out the session. Once it's out in the YouTube, I'll share it. And I'm currently working with an older version of fake IPA and FCAS, specifically for the reason, as Adam mentioned, that the current version is broken. But I will also lend a hand in the investigation if needed.
Yep, thank you. That's good to hear. Do you have a link for the agenda or something? Maybe if you have Kashif, if it's already in like the
session,
shadow.
you mean?
Yeah, the
I'll
session.
share.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thanks. If you would share that. I think that will be interesting to see for a lot of folks. Okay. Anyone else? Question, comments related to scalability working group? If nothing, then ARM and AI. I don't think there was any movement on that, but if anyone has any comments related to the ARM, then now is the time. Or to any sort of multi-architecture support, PR work or a request for review or anything. Okay, I don't see any hands or mics or messages, so I think we are okay with those. And then the artifact discussion. Yeah, feel free to check the mailing thread or follow it or reply. And I see, Dimitri, that your fix has been merged. Any other comments from anyone related to this? Okay, so I guess the artifact working group is progressing slowly, but progressing.
Yeah, just probably should mention that Aykut is going to help me the CCI efforts, especially as far as instance provisioning is concerned. I'll be more focused on like kernel RAM disk stuffs.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, then next one is the release and the team and the roadmap. So the 1.11 and 0.11 cycle has concluded. Once again, thanks for everyone for contributions and the work. Now we have a new release team. Folks, Dimitri, Ricardo, you are like part of the releases for the ironic image and the ear. So if you would like to dedicate someone else, feel free to do that. I just carried over Ricardo's name, but from EST side, Moshur and Sunat will be the two release team members for this cycle. And I don't think we have any new links other than the V1 Beta 2 preparation issue, but I think that might be like an issue and a tracker that will be present over multiple cycles. I guess we will see how it goes. Maybe I will ask you, Adil, how do you gauge, how do you feel? Will this be concluded in the 112 cycle or will it be longer? I see Sunat, your hands up. Go on, please. Then. or Adil?
Okay, okay, I can go ahead. So in 1.13, we will create beta 2 of CapM3. This is 1.12 cycle. In this we will we are just adding new conditions which are which are compatible with the cluster API beta 2. Those PRs are open for Metal3 machine conditions and Metal3 cluster conditions. So I think we will merge them soon. But the new API for CapM3 will come in next cycle, not this one. In this one, we will try to, if we want to add something, we can add here, but we will do the beta 2 in the next one.
So from my side for IRSO and ironic image, we're actually in the final phase of the next stable release in OpenStack, which should come out in like 2 weeks, I think. I need to double check, or 1 week actually. It's close. So we will have another release right after that, after wrapping up the stable release configuration in OpenStack.
Hold on, but we not need to wait for that, right? We have a stable branch already.
Yeah, that's true.
And
But
we have 32 released.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Yeah, we can definitely go ahead and have another like a new release if we want even sooner. I mean, it would. I was just waiting for like the official announcement from OpenStack, but we can do it like technically it can be done even now.
Yeah, the thing is, in roughly 2 weeks, it will be really close to the Open Infra Summit. And you and I will probably be much busier with preparation for the summit and stuff. And it's probably going to help our demo if we can use the new IRSO and ironic image. Yeah, for disclosure, we are going to do a demo of Metal3 on the Open Infra Summit. So maybe we'll do release rather early than late.
Yeah, I can plan it for like early next week.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. I will just add to the discussion topics the presentation, just to mention. So about MetaCube, open. Is it opening for Europe or US?
Yeah, that's opening for Europe. It's coming in mid-October. I will see if I can link to the presentation. I probably cannot because the website is a bit peculiar.
Yeah, but anyway, sounds good. Thanks for mentioning it.
No, I cannot link for it. I'll just link to the entire schedule. We'll have to look for my name or regardless.
Okay, I think Ricardo is posted. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, thanks. That sounds good. I think we can continue with the discussion topics if there are no more release or roadmap related questions, comments, or anything else. Okay. I think no. So the first discussion topic is from Tuomo related to monorepo. I will open it here. And
Nah, no need to open it. It needs
okay.
It needs proper thought. So it's just more like a reminder that because I received only 2 comments, so I have no idea how the wider community feels about it. And I also clarified some misconceptions there. But yeah, please take a read and I try not to sound patronizing, but see it from a bigger picture as well. And please also feel free to point out any gaps I left there, because my view, of course, is from my point of view, and it's of course heavily favoring the
like the controller side, not so much the Ironic side. So, but just quickly to summarize, the whole idea was to create a monorepo out of the controller repositories, not including Ironic image, for example, just to cut down the amount of CI and review work we need to do. And on the side, if we merge those, we can mostly also get rid of a lot of CI duplication and maybe get rid of the dev-end as a side product as well. So please give it a read, and let's keep the discussion going on the mailing list, and maybe by the team meetup sometime in future, we can then have a proper discussion about it.
Yeah, I think this will require a lot of discussions, and I assume there are a lot of different preferences about that. So certainly a good topic for the team meetup. I think I will start organizing the team meetup this week or next week. Or at least I will send out a generic email to see that how people react to like a 2-week period that I will propose, and then as we did last time, this 2-week period, you will be able to vote for the specific days. But I think that's also better to discuss on the mailing list than in this meeting, at least initially. But yeah, good topic for that meeting. Okay. Any comments about this right now? Because we have time, so if someone would like to already give some feedback. I see, Dimitri, you have mentioned 2 things.
Yeah, I'll probably put a bit more thoughts in all this and provide more detailed thoughts again on in response to the mailing list, right?
Okay.
I think it's just a very new idea for me. I haven't even considered that previously. So yeah, thank you for starting this discussion, Tom. It really give me a food for thought, but also I'll probably need some to sit on this thought for maybe a couple of days even before I can say something reasonable.
Yep. Good. Anyone else? Any other quick comments or reflections? Okay. If not, then next one is from you, Dimitri. It's the run local Ironic replacement.
Yep. I was slightly bored and tired yesterday evening, and I decided to task the almighty AI with implementing this long-term item. And of course, it took much more of my time than just one prompt, but we have something, and something actually works, surprisingly. So this command takes an Ironic CR and the secrets that accompany it, and convert that to Kubernetes manifest, which then are passed into Podman's kubeplay command, which, believe me or not, can take Kubernetes manifests like deployments and stuff and just execute that in containers locally. And that stuff actually works. You can launch Ironic with all its components locally by using this command. I specifically would love some feedback on the encoding decoding bits because, for example, the AI generated one of the things that uses legacy decoder. I haven't, if you scroll up a bit, just this area, like, no, stop. This write manifest stuffs, I think. Yeah, it uses this legacy codec stuff, which I haven't had any experience with, and I really wonder if I should be using that. So if somebody much more versed in Kubernetes could double check this encoding and decoding past, I think everything Ironic related is pretty solid. I had to do a lot of manual modifications to make it work, but it does work. So yeah, feedback is welcome. Reviews are welcome. As a next step after this patch, I want to have a mode where I can ask it to start only DNS mask And that will replace the parts in quick start guide then, because in quick start guide we start DNS mask separately as a container. So I have a lot of ambitions for this work, as you can see, and yeah, give it a go. Let me know what you think.
Okay. So the idea is that in the BMO run local and in the dev when we call that, we would call this, and also in the quick start guide.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Because that reuses the same code as Ironic standalone operator itself mostly. The
Mhm.
only new parts are YAML handling essentially, and a few workarounds for things that don't work with Podman. For example, you cannot have ports on containers because it's not supported, and also not necessary with host networking. So like hacks of this level, but otherwise it's the same code, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I guess the one that's linked this is the one where you had this CLI stuff, or is it? Oh no, this is the replacement, because you had one idea to turn the IRSO into a CLI thingy, but
Well, that's basically it, right? It's a new
yeah,
command line
exactly.
inside of IRSO.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking that it maybe solves two things at once. Even very interesting. This is actually very interesting for me. Okay, yeah. Anyone else? Any reflections on this?
I'm just a huge thumbs up if we can actually get rid of the deploy SH and other stuff, and also not rewrite that in Go or anyway, but just reuse the manifests. So I had no idea this kind of Podman play even existed. So great idea of using it if it actually does what we want it to do.
I agree. Okay, I don't see any other hands or comments or anything coming. So next one is, yeah, this was the open infra stuff that you mentioned. Is there anything else you would like to add to this? Other than the link and
No, not really. We're also going to have another presentation on live updates, more specifically about firmware updates for active hosts. It will come on the day after that. It will probably be in the Ironic context, but this functionality actually works in Metal3 too. So you can take it. There are, I think, a decent number of talks about Ironic, which I recommend people take a look at, because some of the things are coming to Metal3. And yeah, thank you, Yuri. And some of the things will affect Metal3. Then in the end of October, again, as a reminder, we have a project team gathering, and everyone is welcome.
okay, nice. Sounds very good. Okay, I don't see any. Okay, I see the PTG link. I will copy that also. What should I will add it here as the next one, just under yours. And the link was coming from Yuri. Link. Yeah, and he's saying on the chat that if you have any topics that would you like to discuss, feel free to add to the Etherpad. Yep, I will add this here also. Okay, any other comments or questions now that we went through these event things? If nothing additional related to this, then next one is Sunat with the granular conditions and state for BMHs.
Yeah.
Substate.
Can you
Okay,
hear?
cool.
You don't have to open that. It's just an example. It's from the CAPM3. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, yes, yes. Your sound is okay.
Okay. Yeah. This is basically it's like an idea for brainstorming. Actually, it's suggestion. So as a part of V1 Beta 2, so we are working on the conditions of the metal cube. Metal cube objects. So we are improving quite a lot, and then Cappy on the Cappy also did quite a nice job. And as a part of this, like we also have a V1 beta, I think V1 beta 1 or V1 alpha 2 for the VMO, right? We have a proposal. I don't remember the sequence, but can we have something like make it states for VMAs like more granular? I know it's like now we have like this registering available, provisioning and provisioned, and a couple of more. Could we add it more steps there? Like
Have you seen the
it's
sub-states
just
design proposals that I created like a few years ago? Because it sounds like it's literally what you're asking for, just nobody ever implemented it.
okay. We have already a proposal for that.
Yeah, check this out. It may be actually what you're talking about. Because I also was thinking we need more states, but I created kind of
Yeah,
a sub-state proposal because more provisioning states directly can break automation that relies on certain steps. So you have to be careful with that. This, for example, yeah, just check it out. Let me know what you think. Maybe you can extend it. If you have cycles, maybe you could implement it.
that would be that's great. I didn't know that this proposal exists. I will definitely gonna check out. Yeah.
So Dimitri,
Basically, so
yeah, go on, go on.
is this part of like is it this proposal planned part of the next API PMO API,
I
right?
have not explicitly included it into V1 Beta
Yeah.
1 plans,
Okay.
but we can do that. We can do that if we have people to work on it. Why not?
Yeah, well, I am interested at least. Let's see. And if anyone else have any suggestions and comments, please. Like,
Yes,
welcome.
I would say like if in this new API for PMO, I think we should try to add this. Is there a plan when do we want to do the new API of PMO?
Well, that's the same story. I created a design proposal and I don't really have a lot of time to work on it. So I'm doing some changes bit by bit. Like inspection mode was added just like yesterday or today. But again, if anyone actually has 3 cycles to work, I will help with guidance reviews and stuff. But I cannot do the whole thing because of how many commitments I have everywhere.
Yeah, because I was thinking of syncing this with the CAPM3 new API, and
Yeah.
if we have these conditions in the BMO, we can use them in the CAPM3. But not sure if we will be able to sync both of them. Let's see. I will go through this and see if I can help here.
Well, I was just wondering if we have to like it would be good to eventually sync them, but I think it's fine if we just start separately working on the BMO and when BMO looks like okay, then we would just make a new API for the CAPM3 at any point to take these on. I wouldn't make it like a dependency in a sense that we would need to wait for this to be done. So I think we can do that separately, and then eventually take it like a pantry.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that is also possible. Yeah.
I'm also a bit like this is nice as far as I understand. This would be basically like opening up the ironic step information and then make states for those, like the more granular deployment steps and the actually prioritized steps that the ironic and the IPA is doing.
You're looking at the wrong document, but yeah, that's roughly the
Yeah,
idea.
that's the wrong doc, but yeah, that's the idea. I have to go back.
It probably needs some updates because we now support, for example, firmware upgrades that were not a thing back when I wrote this design. But yeah, the idea is roughly this.
Yeah, it would be really nice if maybe Dimitri, if you have time, if you can create a issue and create some tasks for it, so someone can easily pick them up, even because this proposal is, I see that this proposal is here, but it would be nice to have like some specific tasks and bit more explanation.
Just take a look at the text first. Maybe you actually have most of your questions answered. Then we can discuss happily on Slack or on
sure.
the next meeting.
Yeah. And I'm also in favor of doing it like separately because the CAPM3 V1 Beta 2 will actually move forward faster than this one. Because like we already have a kind of a template for that. So yeah.
Yeah. I think this will be a very, very big task. Like this will require a lot of planning and thinking because I'm just thinking, well, that I don't want to waste the time, but I'm just thinking that is everyone here actually detectable by the BMO? So it is, because BMO is just seeing the logs and the API endpoint of the node. I mean the ironic node, but I'm not sure it's a good idea to filter the logs. But if it's not looking at the logs, I don't remember if this step information can be otherwise gathered from the API of the ironic node.
Yeah, deploy step and clean step are fields on node. So what you have in front of you is literally the algorithm as it has to be in BMO, written in pseudocode. Just really needs update for firmware upgrades because they did not exist at the days. I can do this upgrade for update. Also, this thing is backward compatible, by the way, so it doesn't technically have to wait for V1 Beta 1. It's a new field. It's not a modification of the previous field. So
yeah.
If anyone wants to do that, it doesn't depend on the entire V1 Beta 1 work. Can be done together with it, but it doesn't have to.
Yeah, is it because it's a substate, right? Because it doesn't change it. Yeah, okay.
And I think the initial idea is just to have it for the default workflow. This wouldn't work with the custom deploy mode.
Yeah, custom deploy is pretty opaque for us. I'd be happy to somehow enable that with my OpenShift Red Hat on, but I'm not sure how to do that. And yeah, let's start with a simple case.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is also a good long-term project. Okay, but if there are no major, or I would ask like that was it an answer to your question or good enough insight for you, Suna, for how we should move forward?
Yeah, I think it pretty much sets a direction. So yeah, we can continue discussions like back and forth in the Slack as well. So
okay.
I will go through the substate design as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Great.
That's good.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks, Dimitri. Okay. And then the next one is the IPv6 only deployment with with Redfish. That's, yeah, that's from Andre, right? Yes.
Yeah, Andre, it's you.
We
Sorry.
can't hear you. Yeah, okay, now we
Sorry.
can.
As I mentioned, we have a large deployment and we are a Kubernetes only solution. We plan to do IPv6 only solution for deploy the bare metals. As Dimitri mentioned, this was well done on OpenShift, but any case in Kubernetes so far?
I'm probably not entirely following. Like, OpenShift in this context uses more or less vanilla Metal Cube.
Okay.
So I don't really see why it shouldn't be possible with vanilla Metal Cube.
Great. Because behind the scenes is using Iron Cube, correct?
The OpenShift uses Metal Cube, which uses Ironic. That's kind of the whole chain. We have only very minimum downstream modifications. Mostly we package Ironic differently, and we package the Ironic Python agent slightly differently. But for example, bare metal operator we take more or less vanilla. So it should really work. Give it a try. Let us know how it goes. Like, I don't see immediate blockers.
Any sizing recommendations, like a controller for every X amount of bare metal servers?
Admittedly, we have not gone into tens of thousands here. I know that people test one controller with 3,500 nodes. That's just what, it's not a limit, it's just what our folks care about, really.
Okay.
So you may face the necessity to use more than one controller. You may be forced
that already.
Yeah. You may be forced to use HA mode for Ironic, for example. Not sure. It's a bit of uncharted territory you're entering. Not like crazy, but there'll be some tweaking involved, I suspect.
And this is the first phase. We plan to reach 10 times that. That's why.
You mean like
Okay.
100,000?
150,000 bare metal servers.
Wow. Yeah, you should plan for a distributed architecture. In Ironic standalone operator, we have an experimental HA mode. And I have this Ironic scalability working group, which I guess you should be interested in. The guys we're going to repair the scaling test, we're going to see. Yeah, we're really curious about input from you. But that's not unheard of. Like, I know about people who use Ironic with this scale. It's just usually people who don't talk a lot about the clouds.
Any reference where we can talk to can be very helpful. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, the most public people who use Ironic on 10K scale are CERN, Center for European Nuclear Research. They kind of have around 10K or a bit more on the Ironic, but they don't use Metal Cube.
Got it. Anyway, thank you so much for your informations, guys. Have a great.
Sure, yeah. If you if you encounter any problems or have like scalability concerns, just let us all know. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I would also like to share the research that has been done from our side, because the stuff that Kashipil present and that multiple folks from our side worked on, we don't use it in like practice with real hardware at that scale, but folks worked on test environments for testing like the controllers and the Ironic and these things, and that's the FCAS and the fake API, fake IPA and these things that we were talking about, and those we used to test scalability without like actual physical servers, because we don't have that many. I think it's maybe under support. No, I will find it. Was it maybe under ironic? Maybe here. One moment. I just checked yesterday this file. Feel free to shout if you know where do we have it.
Do you mean the scaling
The scaling
experiment?
yes,
Yeah, it's there, the scaling experiment.
Just can't see.
Go a bit down.
Yeah, scaling
Yeah.
experiments. Yeah. Thanks. So I think this has a README and everything. Yeah. This was one scaling and I vaguely remember we have one on the somewhere just specifically for ironic, but I think this is a good starting point.
It's a good starting point, that. Can you put the link? Oh,
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Great.
I put it there. Okay. So yeah, so that will be about what we have tested and just without physical machines. Yeah, and then there is as Dimitri said, the scalability working group and the upcoming project for testing scalability and whatnot and benchmarking it. I think it's increasingly more important for everyone. Yeah. Anyone else? Any comments related to this?
Any help is welcome.
Yeah. Okay. If there are no other comments, then we have a few minutes, and this will be spent on the backlog and milestones. I will just create new milestones. Then if anyone has any comments that what date should I put on the milestone, or if you are wondering that where an issue should be milestone wise or anything like that, then now is the time to mention it. Otherwise, I will just create the new milestone and remove the old ones. So that was for item. Don't really see any weirdness here. Hanging around.
Do you really need to delete them? I thought they were just closed because.
But they don't close on them. They get closed, but I used to delete them. Like there are no.
But you can see there are 7 closed.
Yeah, but isn't that?
No, no, deleting is different than closing. So please don't delete history.
Huh. But then how do they get closed?
Try to edit probably.
With this one. Okay. Oh, and I clicked on the delete. Sorry. I wonder if I can recreate that some way. Anyways, then I will just close this, not delete. Then this is 13. Okay. This doesn't look bad either. I don't see. We have something for 110. But yeah, this one I remember. The Santa phone. This one, and Couple capacity from this has to be moved to further in the future. It's done. And then no cloud provider, then cloud provider. Okay, this is still in progress. Then BMO. Yeah, we have one open here. This one I don't remember.
Yeah, this is just quite recent, but it also wants to bump the Go bonds, so I just held it for now.
Okay. And this one, yeah, it's still under support size. We are still bumping the Go eventually. Check country once again because I'm not about it. No, this is fine. Okay, BMO is fine. Idle image. And then so support is going away for 29 and 28 if I remember, so I can close those, right, Ricardo? You just left. No, you are here.
Yep.
33, 34 is there. It's good. And here so also has 06, 07 and something for this. And I guess there was a discussion about an ERSO patch release, so that there will be one, right? For the 0.5.
Yeah, there should be. And since we have the release automation in place, cutting a patch should be just as simple as submitting the release note PR. So
Okay. Then it looks good. Fine. I think these are in good shape. I will check if I can do something with this icon. The one that I deleted. Did I click on the delete or did I click on the close? Which one did I click on? Oh, the delete. I will figure out something. Okay.
yeah, I guess the issue is that it probably disassociated like 100 issues from the milestone. So
yeah,
we would need to locate all of those.
Yeah, I was thinking I make some ticket to support. Maybe they can do some. If there is some history or something that I can't access. Okay. Okay, and that was the milestone maintenance. Is there any questions, comments related to the meeting or the milestones or any other topics that we discussed today? Or any requests or comments or anything you would like to share? If not, then thanks for joining on the first LFX powered meeting, and let's meet next week the same time. And until then, have a great week. And I will stop recording now. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.